Welcome back to the Final 24 Hours channel, a channel that takes you deep inside the last day on Earth of the world's most famous and infamous figures. We uncover what really happened in their final 24 hours alive. Today's video will be the final 24 hours in the life of DMX, April 2nd, 2021. Earl Simmons, better known to the world as DMX, the voice of raw pain, faith, and fire, spends his final hours at home in New York. For over 2 decades, he inspired millions with his music, his honesty, and his struggle. But in these last 24 hours, that struggle would reach its tragic end. This is the last day of DMX, a story of battle, redemption, and legacy. It's Friday morning. DMX is at his home in White Plains, New York, spending time with friends and family. At 50 years old, he's been through hell and back, addiction, prison, and fame. But recently, he seemed to be turning a corner. He's working on new music. He just reunited with his kids. And after years of pain, he's been open about healing. That afternoon, DMX talks to friends about new music. He's been recording tracks for his upcoming album Under Def Jam, his first in years. He even mentions planning more shows once the world reopens after COVID. For a man who has seen so much darkness, hope feels close again. But those close to him know the battle with addiction never truly ends. Later that night, DMX is at home with a few friends. It's a quiet night, no cameras, no concerts, no fame. Just Earl Simmons, the man behind the legend. But then something goes wrong. Sometime around 10 p.m., DMX collapses after suffering a heart attack, reportedly triggered by a drug overdose. Friends rush to help, performing CPR until paramedics arrive. He's taken to White Plains Hospital in critical condition. The next hours are a fight for his life. Doctors work tirelessly to resuscitate him. DMX is placed on life support, with limited brain activity. The news breaks, and the world holds its breath. Outside the hospital, fans gather. They pray. They cry. Will they play his music loud enough for heaven to hear? For days, his family stays by his side, hoping, praying, believing that the man who survived everything might somehow pull through one more time. After nearly a week in a coma, on April 9th, 2021, at 11:55 a.m., Earl DMX Simmons passes away, surrounded by loved ones. He was 50 years old, a son, a father of 15, a legend, and a believer. The hip-hop community mourns deeply. Artists like Nas, Eminem, and Swizz Beatz pose tributes. At his memorial, the Rough Ryders ride their motorcycles through the streets, engines roaring like a farewell salute. It's the kind of send-off only DMX could have: raw, powerful, and real. DMX was more than a rapper. He was a preacher in a pit bull's body, a man who turned pain into poetry and brokenness into strength. 7 platinum albums, over 70 million records sold. But his greatest legacy was his faith, the belief that even the lost can find redemption. DMX's last 24 hours remind us that pain doesn't erase greatness, it defines it. Because through every struggle, every setback, every prayer, he showed the world what it means to fight and to feel. Earl DMX Simmons, 1970 to 2021. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will be instantly notified of new videos. See you in the next one.